Hello everyone and welcome back to Paper Peony. I'm Kimberly Jones and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. My company name is Paper Peony, so you will find me on Facebook and here on YouTube as well. I also have a Stampin' Up website and it is linked in the description, so you can go and shop the products that I'm using today and in the future tutorials as well. This one here is using Beautiful Butterfly Bundle that is in the Spring Mini. It's one of my favorites. I absolutely love butterflies. This is what the front of the book will look like. And then you will turn to page 34 or go to 34, 35 online and you will see, or I'm sorry, 38, 39, and you will see this bundle suite collection. So today we are actually using the dies on this particular one, and then the saying of "with sympathy" is coming from a different stamp set that we're going to emboss. But the butterflies are coming from the die set. And then I did stamp this dotted background and it is part of the stamp set. So, okay, so let's get started. So the main emphasis on this particular card is the background. And the designer series paper that is paired with this collection is called Beautiful Bokeh. And I am going to show you how to do a bokeh background using a template, a handmade template. So here is a piece of white cardstock. It can be any color because it's a template, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to get the dies, any dies that you have that you want to use, but in the sake of this one, we're going to do a butterfly. And I used this little butterfly right here, and I just went in and did various die cuts throughout this template, okay? You can do 3, you can do 5, but the thing is you're going to move it around, so you don't need to do the whole entire face front, okay? So I have 3 here, and that's what I'm going to start with. And then you're going to do a real nice high quality cardstock. This is the basic white. This is our basic white cardstock, and it is absolutely perfect for stamping and inking on. And this one is I'm actually going to put this one on a white border. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. We're not going to do the whole face front of the card. So we're going to put that there. And then I'm going to take a blending brush, and I'm going to use Peach Pie for the background, okay? So I'm going to come in, saturate my brush, and then just go a whole along the back side of this card with just brush strokes because I want it to look like a wash. So start with the edge and then work your way in and to the left and right of your cardstock. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you keep doing this until you're happy with the background color. The darker, obviously, the brighter it's going to be. Okay, so there's that, and I'm happy with that one. Okay. Then you're going to take a brighter, darker orange, and this is Calypso Coral. You're going to bring in your template and just start by placing your butterfly template down. Now, I want some of these butterflies to come off of my card front. So I started with the far left. As you can see, it's hanging off of the side of my card. And that's kind of what I want. Now, if you want more control of your ink, then a chalk dabber works a little bit easier than the blending brushes, because the blending brushes cover so much of a surface that sometimes the template will come off. But you're just going to come in and ink these butterflies as light or as heavy as you want. Okay, and when you're happy with it, you're just going to lift off of it. Okay, so then I'm going to come over here and do one of these because I like him hanging off. Okay, and you can come up and do one up here if you want. No two backgrounds is going to look the same unless you're just totally looking at the original. Okay, and we're just going to come in here and do this one. Making sure you hold your paper if you don't have it taped down. Okay, so there we have the butterflies. Okay, now after this dries, you're going to come in, and this same technique I did with a previous video using circles, but I thought I would throw a little loop in it and do like a butterfly background. So you're going to make sure that your ink is dry, and then you're going to come back over it, and you're going to bring in white craft ink. And you want to make sure that you're using a chalk dabber that just has your white ink on it. Okay, and you want to make sure that you have it where it's not going to move on you. But see how I'm covering this? Come in and do this. Just do all of them while you have it positioned. See, when you lift it up, it looks like it's got a faintness to it, like a blurred image. Whoops. And again, make sure that your butterfly does not move on you. And you're just going to kind of blur up these butterfly image, but with an overlap, not a complete over it, but just an overlap. See how that one looks? And then this one right here, you can come down and make a butterfly like it's coming from behind this other one, which is going to be kind of cool. Okay. And you want to kind of come in and do the same with this butterfly. You want to make sure that you have something on each one of them. Okay, so there's that. Then after you've done that, I just used the peach pie or another color orange and stamped that background that we had talked about earlier. Let's try the peach pie, and then if we don't like that, we can do a little bit something a little bit darker. Okay, so we come in and stamp this throughout. Okay. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to emboss our saying, and our greeting is with sympathy, coming from Unbounded Love, and it is found in the annual catalog, and it's got some really beautiful sayings, but we're using the with sympathy in this one because I love the font, and I wanted an elegant card. And then we have you're a true blessing, happy birthday, just for you. I really like the hope, love, faith, peace, because then there's a really cute saying that goes with it, like peace makes the world a better place. Faith is being sure of what we cannot see. Hope is believing in a brighter tomorrow. I just really love this stamp set for greetings. Okay, so we're going to just run our embossing pouch over the front where we know that we're going to stamp our with sympathy. And our embossing kit comes with that, along with tweezers and then a tray to put your powder in. Mine is not Stampin' Up, but it's exactly like what we sell, and it will be like a black tray instead of a blue one that you're going to see me use here in a second. So I'm going to stamp with sympathy, kind of like right here in the center, or kind of off from the center. Press nice and firm, because you can't see it, it's watermark ink. Okay, and then you're going to bring in your white embossing powder. Okay, see, that's my tray that I have. And just make sure you can shake it off and everything else. Now, using white craft ink, you got to make sure that you don't get it on your butterflies, because your white ink is also a craft ink, and sometimes you can use craft ink to emboss with. So you just want to make sure that it's just your saying that you're going to emboss and not your butterflies. Okay. Then just bring that. This little spout that's on here is for you to brush this powder back into its container, which I think is very cool. And then it comes with tweezers to hold it so your fingers don't get hot when you heat this. And this is a heating gun. This one's not Stampin' Up, but we have them for sale. You want to make sure that your gun is nice and hot before you apply it on here, because you only want this to touch your cardstock for a very brief moment so it does not warp your card. And see, when it gets shiny is when it's done. Okay, so now we're ready to build our card. So now that we have the front done, we're going to bring in a piece of white, this is heavy white cardstock, and this one is actually folding from the right to the left instead of a 10th card. So this is 5.5 by 8.5, and then it's scored at 4 1/4. And then you're going to use your bone folder and go from corner to corner, hold it down, and then make a nice crisp fold right there. Then you're ready to glue this down. And I love using the Tombow glue for the reason that you can shimmy it to where it's perfect, since I'm doing it onto the face front of the card. And this one does have a border around it, which the original doesn't. I thought I would do something a little different on this one to show you what it looks like. And you want to make sure, because of the heating this and everything else, that you get all of it glued down, because it may warp it a little bit. Let me pull that up and do it again. There we go. And you just keep working it till you're happy with it. Okay, so there's that. Then I did a die cut white butterfly with our die cuts, and this is just white cardstock. And I did pop dot this on dimensions, and I did use our foam strips because I want it to go along the body of the butterfly. So I just cut like a little bitty piece of the foam strip, and I just put it on the back side of this butterfly. Like so. And then you're just going to put that right there in the center. And keep in mind, the body is going to cover if you have a little bit of a pop dot sticking out from the bottom. Okay, and then you're just going to come in with some Tombow glue. Glue the center of that body and then put it down. And the card is white, so you don't have to worry about lining it for your message. And then last but not least, and I did forget this on the last video, is you're going to want to embellish it. And so here is the iridescent faceted gems, which I love, because you can use our blends and color these whatever color you want. Look how they sparkle. They're so pretty. And so you can use, this is the light peach pie, and it also comes with the dark peach pie. When you purchase our blends, you get a light and a dark, and you can use whichever one you want. Let me find mine. This is not, here we go. Okay, so here is the dark one. Let's do some dark ones. And I always use the brush one for coloring gemstones, because it just seems like it covers it better. Okay, but as you can see, those are coloring those gemstones. And then I'm bringing in my pick tool with the putty side to pull these off of this page and then just put them down on my card front. And let's see. Oh, let's put one up here. And because I do odd numbers, let's do a 5th one. And let's do you right there. And so there you go. There's your card. And as you can see, I mean, one is darker than the other. One has a white border and one has just the front of the card. This is a lighter version of this one. So it just depends on how you want to play with your inks. If you want to go dark, light. But here is the technique. You can use something other than circles to do a bokeh background. And I wanted to show that to you. So I hope you give this a try. This is Beautiful Butterfly Bundle found in the Spring Mini. And until next time, and until I see you in upcoming videos, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.